God says this is the moment you have been praying for, the moment that was whispered into your spirit on the nights you could not sleep, when your heart felt heavy and your mind felt tired. God says your miracle has arrived, and nothing in this world can stop what has been released for you. You may not realize it yet, but the atmosphere around you has shifted. Something has already started moving in your favor. God says your angel is standing right beside you, refusing to let you skip this message, refusing to let you walk away from the confirmation that heaven has been preparing for you. This is the moment where everything begins to align, everything begins to change, everything begins to make sense. God says you are safe, you are protected, and you are not alone. You must trust Him now more than you ever have. He has seen your tears, your stress, your hidden battles, and He says this time nothing will go wrong for you. This time the miracle is yours. God says He has been watching you closely, paying attention to the small things you didn't think He saw. The quiet moments where you prayed in silence and the nights where you begged for strength that no one knew you needed. Every moment of pain has been collected and turned into a blessing with your name on it. God says the reason your angel is standing guard over you right now, insisting that you don't skip this message, is because this message is not just words, this is a spiritual confirmation. This is a divine breakthrough in motion. This is your moment to receive what heaven has prepared. God says He is proud of you. He is proud of your strength, proud of the way you kept going, proud of the way you tried even when everything in your life felt like it was falling apart. God says your life is not ending, your life is beginning. Your angel is whispering urgently because this is not something that can wait. Something powerful has been released into your path, and you need to know what it is before fear, doubt, or confusion try to distract you. Your angel says a door has opened. A path has cleared. Something that was blocked for a long time is now free. You may have felt stuck. You may have felt trapped. You may have felt like your life was repeating itself, but now everything changes. Heaven says the waiting season is over. The miracle season has arrived. God says congratulations, because what is coming next will make you feel like the suffering was worth it. What is coming next will bring tears to your eyes, but this time they will be tears of joy. God says you are entering a time of sudden blessings, sudden protection, sudden clarity, and sudden opportunities that feel too perfect to be coincidences. These are not coincidences, these are answers. God says you have been fighting battles nobody knew about. You were carrying pain that nobody understood. You were pretending to be strong when deep down you felt yourself breaking. But God says He saw you every time. He watched you choose faith instead of giving up. He witnessed the way your heart kept holding on even when your mind tried to convince you to stop trying. God says you are stronger than you think. You are braver than you know. You are more deserving than you believe. Your angel says that the miracle arriving for you is not small, it is life-changing. It is something that will shift your future, something that will restore what you lost, something that will bring peace where there was chaos and clarity where there was confusion. God says the reason you felt pressure recently, the reason you felt emotional, the reason you felt spiritual heaviness, is because your breakthrough was minutes away from reaching you. Sometimes the spiritual atmosphere becomes the darkest right before the light breaks through. God says this is the moment that the darkness loses its grip on your life. This is the moment your angel steps forward and clears the path. This is the moment your spirit rises again. You may feel tired, but God says you are closer to the finish line than you realize. You may feel drained, but God says strength is returning. You may feel unsure, but God says trust Him. He is guiding everything perfectly. God says He knows how many times you wondered why things were delayed. He knows how many times you questioned why your blessing hadn't arrived yet. But God says nothing was denied, everything was being prepared. Just like a seed must stay underground before it breaks the surface, your blessing was growing behind the scenes. God says you were not forgotten, you were being formed. You were not abandoned, you were being aligned. He says timing is everything, and now the timing is right. That is why heaven is rushing to you urgently. That is why your angel isn't allowing you to scroll away. That is why you feel something spiritual inside you right now, because something is shifting. God says the miracle for you is not only financial, not only emotional, not only spiritual, it is complete. This miracle touches all areas of your life. God says He is restoring your inner strength, restoring your peace, restoring your faith in yourself, restoring your confidence, and restoring your hope. He says He is sending help into your life, the right people, the right opportunities, the right support. You will not walk alone. You will not struggle the same way again. You will not repeat the same pain. God says you have completed a major spiritual cycle, and the reward is being released. Your angel says this message is time-sensitive because something is happening in real time. As you are reading this, the spiritual realm is moving. A blessing is being assigned. A miracle is being unlocked. A path is being cleared. God says the reason you are reading this right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now, is because this is the exact moment your blessing reaches completion. Heaven aligned this moment on purpose. God says it is not a coincidence you are here. It is part of divine timing. God says He knows how loyal your heart is. He knows how pure your intentions are. He knows how much you love, how much you care, how much you try to give even when you receive nothing in return. God says your heart has been mistreated, but it will not go unrewarded. Your kindness is about to be honored by heaven. Your angel says they have been defending you, fighting for you, pushing negative energies away from you, and guiding you toward this breakthrough. Your angel has been working silently, and today their work is complete. Today they bring you your miracle. God says congratulations because what is coming next will surprise you. It will feel unexpected. It will feel sudden. God says blessings that were held back, prayers that were stuck, and opportunities that were delayed are about to flow to you like a river. You will feel the shift. It may come through a message, a phone call, a chance encounter, or a sudden realization, but God says it will be clear. You will know instantly that this is the miracle you were meant to receive. God says do not worry about anything anymore. He says the things that scared you are losing their power. The things that stressed you will fade into peace. The things that confused you will turn into understanding. God says He is walking with you, guiding every step, lighting every path. He says nothing will go wrong for you. You are safe. You are covered. You are protected. Your angel is guarding you closely and not allowing anything to harm your spirit or your destiny. God says you will soon look back at this moment with gratitude because this message marks the turning point in your life. A new chapter begins now. A chapter of miracles, blessings, and breakthroughs. A chapter of clarity, peace, and divine alignment. A chapter where your value is recognized, your heart is respected, and your future is secured. God says trust Him. The miracle is already here, and nothing can take it away from you. God says tonight the heavens leaned closer to you because something has already shifted in your favor, and even if you cannot see it yet, your spirit can feel the vibration of what has just been released. God says congratulations, because your miracle did not get delayed this time, it did not get blocked, it did not get stolen. It has already arrived in the spiritual realm and is now moving toward your physical life with unstoppable force. You may not understand why your angel has been so restless around you today. Why you kept feeling a strange pull in your heart, why your mind refused to stay silent, why your body suddenly felt the need to pause, to breathe, to listen. God says it is because your angel has been instructed not to allow you to skip this moment. Heaven has been waiting for you to open this message, because the timing of this revelation is not accidental, not random, not a coincidence. This exact moment was written in your destiny long before you were born. Something powerful is unfolding around you, and heaven refuses to let you walk past it without awareness. God says you have worried long enough, cried long enough, doubted long enough. Every silent prayer that you whispered thinking no one heard it has been collected. Every moment you questioned yourself, every night you stayed awake trying to understand life, every breath you took while carrying burdens that were not meant for you, God has seen all of it. And now God says enough. You have carried weights that weakened you, but they did not destroy you. You survived attacks that were designed to break your spirit, but instead they activated your purpose. You walked through storms that would have drowned others, but you came out stronger, wiser, and more spiritually aligned. God says the miracle that has arrived for you today is not just a blessing, it is a correction, a restoration, a divine reversal of everything that went wrong. It is heaven's way of saying, you were never forgotten. Never abandoned, never overlooked. Your angel is standing beside you more closely than ever, almost as if holding your shoulders, because heaven refuses to let you miss the message that will shift the trajectory of your life. God says you are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you. Even the fears that try to creep into your heart right now are losing their power as this message touches your spirit. God is placing a shield around you, a divine covering over your path, a peace over your home, and a breakthrough over your destiny. The enemy has run out of access. The delays have run out of time. Every force that once tried to limit you has been dismissed. God says what is yours will reach you now without interference. There is a reason your life felt heavy recently. When a miracle is close, resistance intensifies. When a blessing is about to be birthed, spiritual pressure increases. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. God was removing the wrong people, shifting the wrong energies, exposing the wrong intentions, clearing the wrong paths. You felt the loss, the confusion, the tension, but God saw the bigger picture. If you had kept those connections, they would have stolen what was meant for you. If you had stayed in those environments, your miracle would have suffocated. If you had ignored the signs, you would have delayed the destiny that is now rushing toward you. God says the miracle arriving today is not small. It is not ordinary, it is not temporary. This miracle is life-changing. It will touch your finances, your relationships, your health, your emotional state, your opportunities, and your peace. It will shift people toward you who carry good intentions, loyal spirits, and pure hearts. It will open doors that have been locked for years. It will untie knots in your life that you did not know how to loosen. It will remove confusion and replace it with clarity. It will break cycles that have kept you stuck. God says this miracle is the beginning of a new chapter, one where you finally breathe freely, sleep peacefully, and walk confidently. God says, trust me. I know you have been disappointed before. I know promises were made to you and then broken. I know people told you they would stay but walked away when you needed them most. I know life has been unfair, unpredictable, unkind at times. But God says I am not man. I do not promise and then fail to fulfill. What I release is guaranteed. What I speak becomes reality. What I bless cannot be cursed. What I open cannot be closed. What I reveal cannot be hidden. And what I send to you today cannot be stopped. Your angel is urging you, almost shaking your spirit, because this message carries the instruction your heart needs. God says, do not fear. Do not doubt. Do not run away from this moment. You are safe. You are protected. You are covered. Trust God, pray, and stay open. Something is unfolding that will make you look back one day and say, now I understand why everything happened the way it did. God says the miracle that arrived today is connected to something you prayed for long ago, something you asked for when you felt small, tired, or lost, something you may even think you no longer deserve or can never receive. God says you will receive it. Not because of luck, not because of coincidence, not because someone took pity on you, but because heaven has ruled in your favor. God says you are entering a period of divine compensation. Everything that was taken from you unfairly will be returned with increase. Every closed door that hurt you will be replaced with an open door that blesses you. Every person who tried to break you will witness your elevation. God says this is restoration season. This is breakthrough season. This is the season where everything finally makes sense. God says you are not reading this message by accident. You were guided here, pulled here, called here. Your angel has been pushing you gently, whispering into your intuition, steering your attention until you finally reached this moment. God says do not ignore this. This is divine timing, not human timing. Heaven has waited for you to be ready, and now you are. That is why the miracle could finally be released. God says your heart is open. Your spirit is aligned. Your energy is rising. Your destiny is activating. You are not who you used to be. You have grown spiritually, emotionally, mentally, energetically. You have stepped out of old cycles. You have broken patterns that kept you stuck. You have survived battles that others never knew you were fighting. And because of that, you are now ready for the blessing that carries weight, purpose, and longevity. God says even now, as you read this, something is shifting within you. Your breathing is changing. Your intuition is awakening. Your spirit is recognizing truth. You feel a strange calm, a sense of relief, a quiet understanding that something real is happening. This is not imagination, this is alignment. God says the spiritual realm is touching your atmosphere. Angels are surrounding you. Peace is descending. Light is entering the space around you. A divine presence is settling into your home, your environment, your soul. God says you will not lose. You will not fail. Nothing will go wrong with you. The fears you carry are shadows, not reality. The doubts you feel are echoes of old pain, not signs of future suffering. The heaviness that sometimes creeps back into your chest is not your truth, it is your past trying to revisit you, but it no longer has authority. God says I have sealed your future with victory. I have sealed your path with protection. I have sealed your destiny with abundance. You do not need to fear what is coming. You only need to trust who is guiding you. God says pray. Not because I am far away, but because prayer opens the door for you to feel what I am already doing. Prayer aligns you. Prayer strengthens you. Prayer clears your mind. Prayer reminds your heart that you are not alone. God says when you pray tonight, something will shift instantly. You will feel a release in your chest. You will feel warmth in your spirit. You will feel peace in your mind. You will feel a confirmation that this message is real, that the miracle is real, that the protection is real. God says you are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. God says congratulations. This is the beginning of something beautiful, something powerful, something life-changing. Your miracle has arrived. Your angel is standing guard. Heaven is watching over you. Trust God. Pray. Walk forward with faith. Nothing will go wrong with you. Your destiny just opened. God says this to you right now, with a voice that moves through the deepest rooms of your spirit. Congratulations. Your miracle has arrived. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. At this very moment, while you are reading these words, something is opening in the invisible spiritual realm. Something you prayed for, something you cried for, something you begged heaven for without telling a soul, God is touching it right now. Your angel has been fighting all day, all night, refusing to let you skip this message at any cost. Your angel kept pushing this message back into your path because heaven knows what is about to happen in your life. Heaven knows what has been prepared. Heaven knows the shift that is coming so fast that even one moment of delay could confuse your spirit and pull you away from what you deserve. That is why God says, "Open this now before it is too late." And you did. That means your faith is already aligning with the miracle that is moving toward you with unstoppable force. God says you are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you because the one who created breath, stars, oceans, and destiny is holding you right now. God sees how much you have survived quietly. He sees the wounds you never said out loud. He sees the nights you wiped your own tears because there was no one who truly understood what you carried. God says this is the moment when everything begins shifting in your favor, so powerfully that the forces that once tried to stop you will now regret ever standing against you. This is the moment when heaven begins to rewrite your story in ways you never imagined possible. Your angel is standing close, extremely close, whispering urgently into your spirit, "Don't stop reading. Don't move. Don't doubt. Something life-changing is happening right now." Your angel has been guarding this message like a treasure because the divine timing is exact. This message could only reach you now, at this hour. On this day, because your soul is finally strong enough to receive what you could not have handled 6 months ago or even last week. You needed to go through certain moments, certain tears, certain awakenings so that your heart would be prepared for the miracle that just arrived. God says the atmosphere around your life is shifting. You may not feel it yet, but heaven feels it. Your angel feels it. The spiritual realm has already changed the conversation about you. Where there was delay, there is now acceleration. Where there was confusion, there is now clarity. Where there were closed doors, there is now an open path. God says a breakthrough that was blocked for a long time has just been released. And it is going to move fast, so fast that you will look back and wonder how everything changed overnight. God says, I know what you've been carrying. I know the pain that others ignored. I know the silent battles that drained your spirit. I know the times you smiled even though your heart was trembling. But I also know your strength. I know your loyalty. I know your faith. You didn't give up, even when the world told you to. You didn't quit, even when you were tired of being strong. Heaven took note of every tear, every prayer, every moment you whispered, God, please help me. And now the help you asked for is standing right in front of your life. Your miracle is here. God says your miracle has arrived. And I am guiding these words to you with a divine urgency because heaven is moving around you in this very moment. The message reaching you right now is not random, not accidental, not coincidental. It is happening because a shift that has been building in the spiritual realm for months, maybe even years, is finally opening. God is telling you, in the softest yet strongest way, that something you cried for, begged for, and prayed for with tired hands and a heavy heart has finally touched the earth. You may not see it yet, you may not even feel it fully, but heaven already released what you were waiting for. Your miracle is no longer on the way. It has arrived. It is here. And God is urging you not to step back. Not to doubt, not to let fear convince you that this is not for you. Because it is. It is yours. It carries your name, written in divine handwriting, sealed with grace, delivered with angelic protection. God is whispering that the delay you thought was denial was never denial. The silence you feared was abandonment was never abandonment. The loneliness you felt was not because you were forgotten, it was because God was preparing something so specific, so personal, so divinely tailored for you that no interruption, no distraction, and no interference could be allowed. You were not being ignored, you were being protected. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. And now that the moment has arrived, God does not want anything to stop you from receiving what you have been aligned for. That is why the urgency around this message is so intense. That is why your angel is not allowing you to skip this, not even for a second. Heaven is standing over you like a shield, like a guardian force, like a divine wall of light making sure nothing blocks your blessing at the final stage. God says congratulations because you survived what was meant to break you. You kept going when your heart was exhausted. You showed loyalty when others betrayed you. You stayed kind when others were cruel. You prayed when you had tears in your eyes. You believed even when your faith shook. You held on when life didn't make sense. That is why heaven is opening now. That is why the timing is unlocking. That is why your angel is whispering fiercely, do not skip this. Do not run from this. Do not doubt this. It's yours. It's done. Open this message and receive what God has placed before you. Every word coming to you is guided because God wants your heart prepared. He wants your spirit softened. He wants your faith aligned with the blessing that is about to enter your life so powerfully, so unmistakably, that you will look back and finally understand why you had to walk through every valley, every storm, every heartbreak, and every loss. It was never to destroy you. It was to shape you into the person capable of carrying this miracle. God says you are safe. Completely safe. Nothing will go wrong for you. You are protected more than you know. Your angel is standing so close that the air around you spiritually feels different right now. Something is happening around you even as you read these words. The divine atmosphere is shifting. Invisible battles are being won. Doors that were closed suddenly feel like they are weakening at the hinges. God has commanded your miracle to arrive, and even forces that once resisted you are stepping aside. Heaven has moved everything out of your path. God has said, "Do not fear. I am with you. I am guiding you. I am protecting you. I am blessing you. And I am bringing this miracle to life for you." You have been so strong for so long that even God is acknowledging the heaviness you carried without complaint. The nights you couldn't sleep but kept praying anyway. The moments you felt like breaking but stayed humble and gentle. The times you helped others while you were hurting inside. God says none of that went unseen. Every tear fell in the hands of angels. Every prayer echoed in heaven. Every whispered "God, please help me" was heard. And now the reply has arrived. The miracle has arrived. The turning point has arrived. Your angel is telling you that this message is not just words, it is activation. It is preparation. It is a doorway. It is God lifting the veil from something that has been kept hidden for divine timing. There is something heaven has been protecting until your spirit was ready, until you had the strength to hold what is coming, and until you had learned what needed to be learned so that the blessing wouldn't slip from your hands. You are entering a phase where things that once felt impossible will start becoming natural. Processes that were stuck will begin to move. People who were resistant will soften. Opportunities that vanished will reappear. The dryness in your life will break into rivers. Because when God releases a miracle, it does not come halfway. It does not come small. It does not come weak. It comes overflowing, abundant, powerful, undeniable. God is saying that you have been too used to disappointment. And heaven is breaking that pattern now. The cycle of loss ends here. The cycle of betrayal ends here. The cycle of delay ends here. The cycle of spiritual blockage ends here. Something fresh is arriving. Something sacred is entering your life. Something long awaited is stepping into your reality in a way that will make you pause, breathe differently, feel differently, and see the world through new eyes. You are moving from survival to blessing, from struggle to overflow, from fear to confidence, from questioning to clarity, from waiting to receiving. Your angel is standing guard, ensuring no force in the spiritual realm can stop what is yours. That is why this message came to you at this exact moment. God is making sure you do not miss the timing. Divine timing is only divine when you are aligned with it, and heaven is aligning you right now. You are being pulled into the right spiritual frequency to receive the miracle without interference, without confusion, without fear, without hesitation. God says trust Him. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the protection that surrounds you. You have always been safe, even when it didn't feel like it. You are still safe. You will remain safe. As you read these words, God is removing unseen burdens from your spirit. He is pulling out old energies that kept you tied to pain. He is lifting emotional exhaustion that you learned to live with. He is healing wounds you covered with silence. He is breaking chains you didn't even know you were carrying. Something inside you is being restored. Something is being unlocked. Something is being awakened. This miracle is not just an event, it is a shift inside your soul. It is God telling you that your story is not ending in pain but rising in purpose. You are stepping into the chapter that was always meant to bless you. You are walking into a season where God Himself will prove He never left you. You will see favor where you once saw failure. You will see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You will see blessings where you once saw burdens. You will see answers where you once saw confusion. God says, "My child, I am transforming everything. Just trust me." You must know this. The miracle arriving now is bigger than anything you imagined. It is not a small shift. It is a divine breakthrough. It is not temporary, it is long-lasting. It is not unstable, it is deeply rooted in God's plan. And because He is guiding it, nothing can interrupt it, nothing can delay it, and nothing can steal it. Your angel is whispering again, do not skip, do not doubt, do not fear. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. You are chosen for this miracle. God brought this message to you because He wants your heart prepared for what is unfolding. You will soon look back and say, "This was the moment everything started changing." And it is happening now. Right now. This very moment. Heaven has opened, and your miracle is already here. God says this to you in this very moment, and the weight of this message is so sacred, so urgent, that your angel is standing beside you, refusing to let you scroll away or look away. The light around you is shifting, even as you read these first few lines. Something has opened in the unseen, something has moved in your destiny, and heaven is speaking directly to your spirit. God says, "Congratulations. Your miracle has arrived." The spiritual atmosphere around you has changed, and this change is not small, not subtle, not something that will take months or years to show results. No, this change is immediate, powerful, and divinely orchestrated. Your angel is guarding this moment fiercely, not allowing any distractions, not allowing your doubts, not allowing your pain, not allowing your fear to interrupt what God is delivering right now. This is not an ordinary message. This is not just a comforting sentence or a hopeful promise. This is a divine announcement. A heavenly proclamation. A spiritual declaration that the battle you fought, the tears you cried silently, the nights you stayed awake wondering when God will finally intervene, those nights have been counted, and today heaven says, "It is done. It is delivered. Your miracle has arrived," as you read. Feel the peace settling in your heart like soft light. Feel the warmth in your chest. This is not imagination. This is spirit. This is divine energy surrounding you. Your angel has stepped forward, placing a shield of protection around you, refusing to let this message be skipped or ignored, because heaven knows how long you've waited, how long you've suffered, how long you've held on by a thread, yet still believed. Your faith has unlocked something enormous. Something life-changing. Something irreversible. God says, "My child, I have seen you. I have watched every silent prayer you whispered. I have watched every moment you trusted me even when nothing made sense. I have watched you walk through storms that others would have drowned in. You kept walking. You kept believing. You kept surrendering your pain to me, even when your heart was breaking. And today, I bring the miracle you have been praying for. You have felt stuck for so long. Stuck in circumstances that felt heavy, stuck in situations that drained your spirit, stuck emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally. But God says this stuckness was not punishment, it was preparation. You were being positioned, strengthened, refined, and elevated into a place where the blessing coming your way would not just reach you, but stay with you. Some blessings come fast and disappear fast. But this one, the one God calls your miracle, has been prepared to last. To transform, to rewrite your entire life, even if you cannot see it yet. The shift has already taken place in the spiritual realm. God says, your miracle is not on the way, it has already arrived. It is already touching your life. It is already opening doors. It is already rearranging situations. It is already breaking chains that held you for years. It is already releasing you from burdens you were never meant to carry. Right now, everything around you may still look the same, but spiritually, everything is different. And soon, very soon, your physical reality will catch up with your spiritual breakthrough. God says, you will not wait long. I am speeding up what was delayed. I am accelerating what was slow. I am magnifying what seemed small. I am restoring what was broken. I am returning what was stolen. I am blessing what was damaged. There were people who tried to discourage you, who tried to dim your light, who tried to convince you that nothing good would happen for you. People who laughed at your dreams, who doubted your prayers, who thought you were naive for trusting God. God says, those people will witness the miracle. They will see my hand upon you. They will see what I am doing for you. And they will know that you were chosen, that you were protected, that your faith was not in vain. You are not reading this by accident. Angels do not interfere for no reason. Archangel Michael has stepped close to you, surrounding you with protection, because when a miracle arrives, the enemy tries to create confusion. He tries to distract, discourage, or fill your mind with fear. But Michael is standing guard, sword drawn, blocking every negative energy, every evil intention, every spiritual attack, and every plan meant to harm you. You are safe, covered, shielded, surrounded by divine power. God says, you are safe with me. I am carrying you. You will not fall. You will not fail. You will not lose. Nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will collapse. Nothing will be taken from you. I am restoring what was damaged and blessing what was untouched. Feel your heartbeat. That gentle pressure inside your chest is a sign that your spirit is receiving the message. Angels communicate through energy, heat, tingles, shivers, sudden calmness, sudden clarity, and right now, you are feeling something because heaven is touching you directly. God says, I am making your path clear. Even the things that confused you, frustrated you, buried you in worry, they are being sorted out. You only need to trust me. This moment is sacred. This message is sacred. God is whispering, do not let anything distract you. You are stepping into the season of answered prayers. The wait is over. The doors are open. The breakthrough is active. The miracle is alive. Your angel is repeating urgently, open your heart. Receive this. Don't doubt it. Don't skip it. Because doubt blocks blessings, but faith unlocks them. And the faith in you, even when fragile, is powerful enough to shift mountains in the physical world. God says, you were not forgotten. You were not overlooked. I have been working in silence. While you were crying, I was building. While you were waiting, I was aligning. While you were hurting, I was healing. While you were worrying, I was preparing. And now, my preparation becomes your miracle. This miracle is not just one event. It is a chain reaction. A divine sequence. A heavenly avalanche of blessings. Something will change in your finances, Doors that were locked for years will suddenly open. Unexpected opportunities will appear. Unexpected money will arrive. Unexpected breakthroughs will flow to you without struggle. You will wonder how everything turned around so quickly, and God will whisper, "Because I promised." Something will shift in your relationships, broken connections will be healed, toxic ones will fade away, hidden truths will come out, real love will find you, real loyalty will surround you, real peace will enter your personal life. Something will shift in your spirit. You will feel lighter, calmer, more aligned, more protected, more guided. You will feel angels around you more clearly. You will feel God's presence more strongly. You will walk in confidence, not fear. Something will shift in your destiny. You will not be the same person a few weeks from now. God is elevating you, promoting you, lifting you, positioning you for something bigger than you ever imagined. You will not go back to the old version of you, the fearful, tired, exhausted version. God says, "I am renewing you. I am restoring your strength. Your miracle will touch every part of your life." You will look back at this moment and realize it was the turning point. It was the day God said, "Enough suffering. Enough waiting. Enough crying. Enough struggle. Enough betrayal. Enough delays. It is time." God says, "I am giving you a new beginning. Not a repeat of the past. Not a recycled blessing. A brand new beginning. A fresh start. A divinely orchestrated season. You have cried enough. You have struggled long enough. You have carried the weight long enough. And God says, "Now I carry you." You rest. I work. Feel this deeply. God is not late. God has not abandoned you. God has not ignored your pain. God has not forgotten your promise. God has not changed his mind about your destiny. God says, "This is your moment. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is your miracle."